Welcome to MAIAZINE. I'm Maya, your host, and these are the specific things that cool girls will be wearing this summer. Starting off, we've got Capri length on pants, but also on skirts. Specifically on pants, these ones that have the little piece of fabric and that you can tie and kind of make them tighter or looser to your leg. Even though capris have been trending for a while, I think the biggest length last year was kind of George length, so like right below the knee or right before the knee. And this year, while of course we're still going to be wearing all our cool jorts, I think the capri is going to be the queen of lengths. I love a linen capri in colors in orange, yellow, pink, in army green, army pattern. I also have this hack that I think I saw from Lady Ozark, but I'm not sure, where I pick my linen pants and I put a hair tie on the leg and then I kind of scrunch them in and I make them capri length. So you can definitely be creative on how you make your current pants capri length. Now moving on, we have a very specific thing that I will be wearing a lot, but I'm not sure if it's just a pattern that has formed into my brain or if it's actually a thing. Personally, for me, I don't like pairing black with colors. Like if I'm wearing a colorful outfit, I won't go for a black bag. And so when I want to wear a neutral with a color, I go for grays or browns because I don't like black and color for some reason. I was never a brown person and I was never a gray person. Lately, if you've been following me for a while, you know that I've been very much obsessed with gray, which is very random. And now I'm starting to get into browns. Maybe it's just my front lobe developing. I have the face of a 12-year-old. Literally the other day I went to the post office to pick up a package and the lady at the balcony was like, "Are you over 16? Because like legally we can only give the packages to people over 16. I will take that as a compliment. It used to bother me, now it doesn't so much. But I think these combinations are so cool and they give you the colorful, summery, nice, playful undertone, but the brown makes it classy and grounded. So it's almost as if you can wear all your colorful pieces while still looking a bit like adult elevated. But yeah, I love wearing color, but sometimes I feel like if I wear a all colorful outfit, I will look much younger than I already do. Next up, what's the opposite of effortless? Effort heavy. Also, some of you guys have been commenting on my videos that I mispronounce words. Like for example, I think I mispronounced jewelry. English is not my first language, guys. I feel like I never talk about my personal life here and where I'm from, where I live. I appreciate the corrections and I always laugh. I don't take it personally, but just in my defense, English is not my first language. Something I saw that is so cute and so easy to DIY. This is not something that you will buy. Please don't buy this, just DIY it. Beads around the waist. I've seen it in so many cute different ways. And again, it is such a fun Friday night project. You can, even if you want to be more original and not buy those like bead sets on Amazon, you can try going to like Vintage, Depop, Poshmark and get personalized, like different beads, like one of a kind, and buy like 4 or 5 nice, bigger, chunkier beads and then make your little bead belt. It's not going to be a belt because it's not structural, but it is so cute. Now, I always try to bring a material or a pattern or something of the sort, and I think this summer it's gonna be sequins, also beads, but sequins in day-to-day life. I feel like we usually tend to lean towards those pieces when we're dressing for nightlife, when we're going out for dinner or to the club or to have a drink, but leaning, and I think it was maybe 2 or 3 years ago, I talked about like mermaid core, and I think it's a bit in that sense of leaning into the playful mermaidy look. A sequin bag, a sequin top, sequin shorts. I definitely do not think you need to buy this firsthand. There are so many cool sequin items secondhand on vintage apps. Sequins have been a trend before, so we don't need to produce more items necessarily. But if you're looking for a spicier item to wear in summer, I think something with sequins would be super fun and also very easy to search for in a secondhand app. Because a lot of times I'm looking for something and I don't really know how to describe it on a secondhand app. Because a lot of times when people are selling things, they also don't use a lot of keywords. And this one's a fun one to thrift because it's pretty easy to find. Sequins with very casual pairings, sequins paired with basic pieces, anti-clean girl aesthetic. Love it. Something else that cool girls will be doing this summer is buying things that will last indefinitely. I do not want to buy something twice. I do not want to buy something that then gets damaged or doesn't last long and then have to buy it again. And a great example of an item that I do not want to buy twice is luggage, suitcases. So thank you, Level 8, for sponsoring this video. I have had my wallet stolen on a subway in New York City. I have got lost trying to find an ATM in Vietnam at 2 a.m. I have taken falls. I have lost my ID right before a flight at the airport during COVID on a national holiday. All of this to say that I'm the most clumsy type A person you will ever meet. So if you're in need of a new suitcase that also can keep up with your messiness, the Level 8 Voyager model is my go-to. They've got a wide handle design that provides a completely flat interior for efficient packing. They're made from German Macrollo polycarbonate, which is lightweight, durable, and designed to withstand impact. It is actually what is commonly used in automotive industries. It has ultra quiet spinner wheels. So if you're solo traveling and you want to be discreet like me, that is perfect. They've got a wet dry pocket, which would have been so useful when I was backpacking through Asia and I would be moving hostels every single day with my bikinis still wet on top of my other clothes. And they offer lifetime warranty for the functional aspects of the bag, which is amazing. So if you've been looking for a new suitcase, you can use code MAIAZINE15 for 15% off. Link will be in the description box. Now back into the video. Okay, next one is something that I'm not sure if I am into, but I've been seeing it a lot and I think it's very chic and nice. I just don't know if it's my personal style. Although, now that I'm thinking about it, maybe in shorts version I would. Silk bottoms, silk pants. I don't think I love silk pants for some reason. I don't have an explanation. I just don't love it, but I've been seeing it a lot. I think it's another piece that is super easy to thrift, super easy to search for online, and super easy to make an outfit instantly go 2 levels up. I'm, again, not meaning to use silk pants when you're going out at a fancy restaurant. I think using silk pants in a day-to-day routine with very simple tops or casual accessories is fun. I love a cream butter silk piece, but also in baby blue, baby pink, an orange as well, like a burnt orange. Next up, and I know we've heard about it a lot, but I've noticed a pattern in all the outfits I've been pinning lately and all the outfit inspiration I've been saving, which is the outfits are so minimal, so not accessorized, and the only thing that they have all in common is they are color blocking. And sure, color blocking is a fancy way to say you are wearing one top all of a color with a pair of bottoms that is all of a color, and sometimes also shoes and bags that are like plain all of a color. But these have been my favorite combinations, and it's funny how the fact that you do something so simple but intentional can make you stand out instantly. Like the other day I was wearing a plain red t-shirt with a plain pair of yellow jeans. My boyfriend thought that I looked like Chin-chan, if you saw those cartoons. Hilarious. And I felt like I was on top of the world in my outfit. I didn't even have any accessories. I was just in red and yellow, full top to bottom. This is also very not copy-pasty because every person leans towards very different colors. And even if, multiple people are drawn towards greens, different people will pick different green shades. So I think being very picky and intentional with the colors you choose and you add into your wardrobe makes it so that when you have a color blocked outfit, even if it's super simple, the tonalities are so you and so cool and different and catchy that they will speak by themselves, for themselves. That's actually something that I've been thrifting lately, is just basic plain colorful t-shirts like this one. I also got a red one because I can get them for like $3-4 thrifted. They're super easy to find and they can add a lot of fun to my closet in an easy way. Next up, we've got bands around the waist. I've been loving, and everyone has been loving, very thick belts for a while now, for years honestly, and I think this is just a continuation of the thick belt trend / I don't even call it a trend because it's just a cycle. People will love thick belts and then they'll start leaning towards the thin ones and then all of it starts again. But yeah, thicker bands. I think this kind of started with like athleisure and yoga pants. You can also sort of mimic this by adding scarves to your waist, so you do not need to just buy a pair of pants with a thicker waist. And talking about loungewear, I also think 2000s athleisure is coming back, which is very fun because not that we need to be super aesthetic when we go work out out. I think that is an internet lie. Most of us, I think, do not work out looking cute, like all the time, at least. Like one day I might be wearing a set and feel like I'm so put together, but then most of the other days I'm wearing random t-shirts with leggings. So I never really related / loved the clean girl, Pilates princess, super put together clothes that we see on shops nowadays when you're buying workout clothes. And something about it feels nice and clean, but also lacking of personality. And so if we think about 2000s athleisure, not in maybe the super hip-hoppy, bright in your face way, like these things, but more in a casual, looser, more colorful way that is way more nice and, I don't know, natural, normal. Wearing 2 tops with contrasting colors to work out, which I think shows a bit too much effort for working out, but still looks so cute. Wearing tops that show your sports bra underneath, relaxed, looser pants, a capri legging. I never thought I would be back to capri length leggings, but I think I am. Which actually ties really nicely into the next trend, which is, wait, what was it? Layered basics. I have my computer right here. I've talked about this so many times, but I think it's always worth mentioning because probably you can do it with what you have in your closet. And sometimes it is annoying to think about the process of trying multiple tops on and seeing what works and what doesn't, which makes me understand the appeal of a pre-styled layered top that you can buy from a normal store. But what I like doing, and this is not sponsored, it's just a tip, is I work with Index. I'm actually a stylist on Index. They're a platform where you can digitalize your closet and then make outfits. And so I digitalized my whole closet, which took, some time, but was so worth it. And I use it especially when I want to layer so that I can see all of my options clearly in a screen and then make a bunch of combinations in like 5 minutes and decide what I like seeing the most on. And then from there I get dressed. Index actually recently launched this feature that enhances your photos of your clothes, which means when you take a photo of your item, it kind of uses AI to make the photo better. Here's a tip for you. It takes some time to do it the first time, but then it is so worth it. And then I want to just close off the video with 2 colors that I think are going to be super fun to use. Number 1, this specific shade of pink. And I was actually talking to my content assistant, and she just helps me script things and bounce ideas off of. She's a fashion journalist. And she told me something that I think is so heartwarming and it makes so much sense. So she was basically saying, and I agree fully with this, that we grow up as women thinking it's not cool to look super feminine and super girly, which means we have this connotation to pink that is maybe sometimes not powerful, or I don't know. I think wearing pink is a way of connecting to our femininity that sometimes we don't do because we don't want to lean too much into our girliness. Am I making sense? Some of us that maybe weren't super girly or didn't want to be perceived as super girly didn't lean into wearing pink in our teenage years, young adult years. But now what she says is she's been seeing this movement online and offline with her girlfriends where pink has been worn more and detached from that belief we have. Girls are starting to love girlhood more. We're embracing our feminine side without feeling like has to be a statement. Because wearing pink doesn't have to be a statement. And she wrote a beautiful sentence that is, wearing pink is a way of channeling an experience that we all share living as a woman in a man's world. So I'll leave you with that. And the second color is turquoise. I've talked about turquoise in another trends video, and it was actually quite a while ago because I remember I was still in my old apartment. This is maybe just personal, but I was never into blues, and recently I've been loving turquoise. I thrifted this shirt, long sleeve from ThredUp, that is in this beautiful turquoise blue color. Blue is back in my wardrobe this year. So with that said, that's all that I wrote for you today. If you like the way I edit, I have a video editing course that you can check out. Check out level 8, use code MAIAZINE15 for 15% off. I love you guys. I love making videos, and I love when you respond to comments and start conversations in the comments. So share your thoughts, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye. Bye, bye, bye.